I'll move back a step. The camera over here is garbage. To use these stairs. And I'm lifting her. Oh wow, through the floor. And just pull back 2 steps. You don't even need any combat abilities if you just build a bow, get a bow, run out, and kite them throughout the entire fucking city. You just need you need 10 AP to outrun them. I'll just run out because I don't want to jiggle and jaggle my camera around constantly. To be able to fight a bunch of fucking squatters. The axe one is the only difficult one. I mean, the dagger lady that we killed as first has her moments. Oh, he actually is bleeding now as well. She has her moments, but she's not overly difficult. Oh, he actually didn't die. Ooh, wow. Well, he will next turn. Strike at the legs, lower his dodge. Strike at the aorta. Yeah, let's do it. No, the stick! He actually is punching me with a stick, yes. Poor squatters. Easy. I think this is the only worthwhile thing over here. If you want goods from this fight, you talk to them. They have you will get like 30 gold pieces or some shit. If you do it right. We can craft an Ordu helmet, which is bagged on females, and I will have a balding head. It's silly, but it's temporary. It's very silly, and it's very temporary. Alright. Is there anything else to do in this town? There is a fight with this striking fellow. Well, there is a bit with this striking fellow involved. He's a trustworthy fellow. And there is nothing else inside the city for us. I cannot impersonate nor rob the merchant. I cannot do anything over here. And this is... There is one line of dialogue for Lore Master with this. I'm not sure. He seems like he had more use in the past. Now he's completely worthless. So what we are going to do is get some extra action points, skill points rather. We are going to the bandit camp. We'll resolve the bandit camp quest and then we'll come back here because I do not have 4 alchemy. And there is a bunch of plants over here that require 4 alchemy. The first 3 require 2 alchemy, and then there is 3 extra plants which require 4 alchemy. And they are very useful. So just as a reminder, we were asked to save this little noble fellow over here from these bandits. There is a fucking bunch of them. Fighting them regularly would be very difficult. Because of these 2 bowmen. The thing is that you cannot start the fight... you cannot start the fights on your own fucking terms unless... Oh, you can actually, never mind. In this case. In many cases you cannot. In most cases where you press this, you go to combat, but you cannot combat anyone. It's still a very difficult fight. There are many ways you can do this in, as a thief especially, but all of them require persuasion or streetwise or fucking things. Several raiders in battered armor acknowledge your presence by getting up and loading their crossbows. A grey-haired man with a military posture emerges from one of the tents and assesses the situation. He barks some orders, swearing at his men and sending them to take positions around the camp. Within moments, some resemblance of military order is created. Satisfied, the leader turns his attention towards you. I have an important message for you. Stab! Your attack is fast and precise. The raider steps back, reaching for his sword, but it's too late and his throat has already been opened. He takes another step and collapses, his sword still in the scabbard. It all happened too fast, and the raiders are still struggling to understand what just transpired before they reach any conclusions. There is no ransom. Walk away and live, or stay and die for nothing. Nobody says anything. For a while the raiders look at you, figuring out the odds. Then one of them turns around and walks away. The other men follow him. Just enough bodies. And you don't need 14, but you need some. I don't remember how many. You can also do the bodiless check, but it requires skills which we do not have. You escort Tiberius back to Tyrann, all the way to Daratan compound. I'll be damned. How did you do it? I asked them nicely. The power of please, eh? Well, let's go see the old man now. And let's go meet Antidas! Dallas says you did well. He thinks that we can use a woman of your abilities. Swear your fealty to me and we shall consider the matter settled. My lord, it is not why I'm here. I was told you'd want to see this. Show him the map. Do you believe in destiny, Almalexia? Fuck yeah, Antidas. Before you have a chance to answer, no, I do believe in destiny. Before you... Okay, narrator, shut up. I've spent more than a decade trying to find the temple and fulfill the prophecy. I've wasted a fortune and lost more men than I'd dare to admit. And just when I've decided to give up, you show up with another map. Coincidence? I don't believe in those. It is said that every man is given a chance to change his fate, to ascend to greatness and immortality, to rise above the ordinary and serve a cause greater than self-interest. You didn't come here by accident. Fate guided you here and it will guide you to the temple. The temple? Prophecy? Another map? My apologies. You know, of course, that our empire has lasted thousands of years. Through military and diplomatic victories, we had conquered the known world. An era of peace and prosperity was about to begin when the accursed Quantari came. Taller than any human with glowing eyes and sharp claws, they came from depths of the underworld and attacked without warning, slaughtering men and women alike. We fought the devils tooth and nail, but when the victory was at hand, they called forth their gods. Can you imagine a living horror towering above a battlefield and sweeping it with its arms, tearing flesh and armor with its talons? Our only chance was to reach into the higher planes and summon allies who could help us, even the odds. Eventually the call was answered and the allies came. They burned the Quantari and their gods, leaving nothing but ashes. They saved us, but it was too late. The empire has fallen, for too much had been destroyed. Saddened our allies, the lords of the higher planes left us to rebuild and restore. But as you can see, we are still living in our crumbling towns, still fighting each other like savages. 3 lords of the higher planes, or the high lords as they are most commonly referred to, have answered our call. Glass, Zor, the dreamer, Bar Hatoth, the flame walker, and Toragoth, the artificer. The artificer hath taught our magi much and built many wondrous machines and engines of war. According to the legends, the magi had attended a temple built by him and studied the arcane art there. The centuries-old accounts describe the engines of war and divine weapons in great details. I don't know if the weapons are still there. I don't know if the temple is still there, but I believe there is a reason why another copy of the map has found its way to me. It's faith. It has to be. Over the years, I've sent several expeditions to find the temple and bring me the weaponry of the gods. They all failed, one way or another. Looking at you, I'm beginning to think that sending large expeditions was a mistake. Large groups attract too much attention. They are slow and suffer from the all too familiar intrigues and inner squabbles. They are vulnerable to spies and saboteurs. They cost a fortune, but one woman, one resourceful woman with nothing to lose but everything to gain. Yes, I can see my mistake now. I want you to find a temple for me, Almalexia. If you do, you will be rewarded and elevated beyond your wildest dreams. If you do, you will reshape the world and plant the seed of a new empire. We will do away with the petty squabbles of the broken towns and domains. We will unite our people and give the goals worthy of the banners that once flew over this land. Go to Madoran. Find Domitius Ulpius. He's led one of the expeditions. He was convinced that the Magi Towers hold the key to the map. But there is only one tower left intact, the Tower of Zamedi. The tower is sealed, as are most ancient places of wonder that house Aurelian deemed too dangerous. Gaelius would rather bury the past than face it. Find Domitius. If there is a way in, he will help you find it. If not, seek elsewhere. I expect nothing else from you. If I had 7 charisma, I could learn more about his house and get a point in lore. That's totaling with the next Thieves Guild bit 50 skill points that we lose from not having high charisma, 7 charisma. But then for the entire rest of the fucking game you lose nothing, so... I too believe in destiny, my lord. This ring has been in my family for generations. Cough cough an hour ago from Feng. Given to my forefathers for safekeeping by General Gaibo himself. It is, without a doubt, one of the most important relics of the Empire, and its reappearance is a great omen. It is yours, my lord. The Gaibo ring? Could it be? Send for Feng now. If you side with Cassius, you will have to streetwise to try to convince that Cassius was wrong on that. Feng is all in on that scam though. Half an hour later, Feng shows up and gives the best theatrical performance you've ever seen. If you didn't know better, well, Antidas doesn't. Besides, deep down he wants to believe. He buys the whole act and puts the ring on his finger with a shaking hand, probably expecting the ghost of General Gaibo to appear and bless him. A ring for a ring, says Antidas. He takes off a heavy ring with the Daratan insignia and gives it to you. 3 skill points. That's all we get for it, really. 28. Increase alchemy. Do I need to? It's useful. Increase spears. Fuck defense. Now that we have 4 alchemy, we can pick up every single plant in the game. Even though alchemy goes up until 10, there is really no reason to get more than a few points. I played an alchemist character. 4 alchemy gets you through all the skill checks in the game that I can think of, except for a single one, which will give you an axe at the end of the game. An axe and alchemy isn't a good combination. Alchemy increases the potency of your poisons. Alchemy allows you to bake better bombs and better flaming flasks. But bombs and flaming flasks do not require to be above the basic. 4 alchemy is required to pick everything, and 4 alchemy is required to make bombs. Funnily enough, 4 alchemy also gives you a slightly better poison. So we just get the full package over here. Let's go to Shantytown. I'll get back to this guy in a moment. I think there was one more plant over here somewhere. No. There are some mushrooms over there, but I don't care about the mushrooms. There is, however, some plants that I do want in the bandit camp, as I said before. These are really useful plants. Now, keep one thing in mind. That sometimes the game randomly unequips your weapons. It happens during some talking bits. I guess not having weapons during Lord Antidas's meeting is all, you know, fitting and whatnot, but wouldn't you just immediately re-equip them? It happens here and there. Don't be caught off guard by that, please, or you will have a very fucking bad time. So there are 3 difficult fights we have to go through, and nothing else to do in the entire game. For the first city, of course. Since I have 4 alchemy, I can make better poison, which I will just do. Since I have 4 alchemy, I can make quicksilver roots with mix quicksilver roots with emerald roots and create neurostimulants, which increase my action points by 2 for 3 rounds. If I had an extra point of alchemy, it would increase my action points by 3, and I think the highest is 4 for 4 rounds or something like that. We don't really need that. They also improve our healing items, so I'll do that. They heal 25 now. I'll go to the tavern. How much gold do I have? 380. Let's grab some of these. So I'll never again have to use. Oh, you need 5 points, whatever. So I'll never again have to use healers. Although we still will. I need 7 points for this one. The only reason why I'm doing this with mushrooms is so that I can sell these later. These 2 plants I will never actually use. What I do want is merchandise from him. These 2 flasks. I'll sell you these 4 potions. I'll sell you this axe, and this, and this, and that. And bits and pieces. I can actually sell the Daratan ring. It's useful in one conversation, but I'd rather fight. He sells 2 liquid fire and 2 bombs. I just want the liquid fire. If you don't have enough money, sneak into the mine outpost. Not Mayan outpost, mine outpost. We'll buy both of these. I will buy this and this. I don't think I will need more Kadura leaves. We should be fine. Okay, so what's my point set? This fight is fucking tough. Maybe if I start with a bomb. See, my vials are much worse than the ones we bought. But in this game, vials create an impenetrable fucking wall of flames, which you cannot walk into at all. Even you cannot choose to take damage. It's just a wall for as long as they last. And I have range. Although I think this fight might be tougher than the other one. Fucking Miltiades. We'll go to Almalexia village now. Remember Molas, the old man who had a fortune buried in his village? This is what you have to fight. Unless you have 6 sneak, 5 sneak and 5 critical strike, a combination of around 11 streetwise and in intrigue, or you know this. Molas' village greets you with stripped down buildings and abandoned fields. Only a handful of buildings remain, all of them occupied by rough-looking men who don't look like any villagers that you've seen. You count a dozen men aimlessly wandering around the village. They seem to be waiting for someone or something. Could it be you? This calls for a parley. You enter the village. After a brief exchange, you're escorted to see the raiders' leader. A tall, wiry man with a rugged face and eyes permanently narrowed from years of squinting into desert sun. There is an ugly scar on his throat, as if someone slashed it but didn't put enough effort into it. The molas sent you. He asks, already appearing tired of having this conversation with you. Yes. So, the old goat is alive and kicking, after all. You know, some people get grazed by a blade, fall sick and die. That's all it takes. Other people are seemingly impossible to kill. I saw him going down with a bolt in his chest. Thought he was a goner for sure. Yet he managed to cross the desert and find a fool to send after his goals. So, where is it? Why should I tell you? Why would I let you live after you tell me, you mean? That's easy. Because after we dig out Molas' money, you are going to take me to him, so that I can take him personally for everything he's done for me and to me. And then you'll go your way and I'll go my way, because you have nothing I want, and that includes your life. Sure, bro! See, that wasn't very difficult, was it? A bit light, but I am a strong believer that something is always better than nothing. Now take me to Molas. Gods know I've waited long enough for this meeting. Taking to Molas, you were always a sucker for tearful reunions! You take the raiders' leader and 2 men he's chosen, not 12. Near the gates, the raider puts his hand on your shoulder, the other hand poking your ribs with a dagger. The raider pays the entrance levies, joke with guards, and enter the town without raising any suspicions. You take them to Molas' house. Hey Molas, aren't you a sight for sore eyes? Make us! Surprised. Thought you got rid of me for good, didn't you? To tell you the truth, so did I. How the fuck did you make it through the desert with a bolt in your chest? You know what's funny though? It's your greed that killed you. I would have never thought to look for you in Terron, but you wanted your money. The money you stole from me, and so you led me straight to you. Help me, says Molas. His eyes locked on the raider, but he's talking to you now, pleading for his life. I will side with him, because nobody fucking threatens me and lives. And here is why I was a metagaming asshole who starts the fight with a liquid fire vial. Step back, motherfucker. Impenetrable well of flames. He cannot walk through the table. He cannot jump over the flames, even taking damage. Nothing. Nothing. He's just stuck there for 3 rounds. And he's a tough motherfucker. Let's use this. Let's swap you with you. Alright, whenever you swap to a battle map, you cannot move the camera around with your middle mouse button for some time. Or at all, sometimes. Slice! 7 points of damage, poison. Move 1 step back, 58% gaming, let's go. Actually, it's more than that now, isn't it? Ah, fuck, it's not enough. How much is it? 63%! I failed 63%. Oh well. Legs! No! This is rough as all fuck. He dodged again! He dodged and counter... Okay, listen. There is a 5% chance he gets a counter attack on dodging. With his... That's a crit, that's better. Let's power attack him. He should be dead next turn, since the poison does 5 damage now, so I will remove you. That's the end of my turn. A molas kills the raider. He will die to the second one. 23 fucking points of damage. Rough. I want to throw some flames. Re-equip my spear now. And leg him. Okay, Molas, if you dodge, that would be sweet. Dodge. Good. Very good. The flames just dissipated. Because I can count to 3. And now we play a little game called What the fuck were you thinking, threatening me? With fire and poison. Let's do an arm attack. He glanced it off with his shield. He did that with the other one as well. Sweet, bro! Didn't glance that one off. I'll just do the old step back and watch you die. Thank you, says Molas, breathing heavily. Keep the money. I will, I would have. They have brought me nothing but misery. So what happened between you and Mikus? It's a long story. Full of twists and turns. What do you want me to say? I saw a chance and took it. Lived like a lord in that village for a few years. Then Mikus sniffed me out somehow and I had to flee. The rest you know. You had some people with you when you came to Terron. They found me in the desert, dying. I wouldn't make it, if not for them. Well, take care of yourself, bro. I'll take these. One of them is from steel. I'll take these. And I'll take these. Easy. And one skill point for resolving it violently. Back to Terron. We have 2 more difficult fights to go. 2 more. No, not a 2 more. 2 more. Uh, 25 healing, yes, please. Alright. My armor remains undamaged. Let's decompose the fucking bejesus out of everything. I don't need money anymore. I still will sell some things to the vendors, here and there. Actually, I should have dropped you. I thought I dropped you back in Zanzibar. This is double broken, it's worth nothing. Goodbye. I don't even want to click you at the merchants. Anyway. We have 26 pounds of steel. Of iron. Some pounds of steel. Okay. Now this bullshit fight. It's really bad with our build. Possibly the most difficult fight in the game with our build. No, actually the most difficult fight in our build, with our build. I'll equip the wolf's head thingy because it doesn't glitch out. I'm sorry, Lamellar Ordu helmet, but you look like poop. How do we do this? Bomb grenade. I'm not entirely certain how to do this next bit. I'll be honest with you. Miltiades. What an asshole. You are near the market square when a man in rich robes approaches you. A moment of your time, kind mistress. I am Miltiades, a merchant by trade. I'm terribly sorry to impose on you, but I'm in a bit of a predicament, you see. I deal in the finest weapons and armor. Each item is a work of art, forged from the rarest metals and crafted to perfection. Unfortunately, I can't open up shop until I settle a dispute with the commercium, and I can't settle it until I start selling my merchandise. Thus I have no choice but to beg people to show kindness and buy what they can at greatly reduced prices. I'm asking only for what I paid for these items, so it is quite a bargain. Would you like to take a look? My wares are in a house nearby. It's not suspicious at all. You follow Miltiades to his house. His servants greet you at the door and let you in. They are well armed and armored, but these are dangerous times. You never know whom you can trust these days. The room is empty. You turn around to ask Miltiades where his merchandise is, where his servants draw weapons and attack without saying a word. Our dexterity would allow us to run, but I refuse to do that. Second potion, Quaff. These are two tough motherfuckers. I'll tell you that much. One is down. Let's see, equipping. Let's. I can toss one more thing, and I can equip a thing. I could toss you for 4, equip and move back. We'll do that. I do not need a barrier of flames, because both of them have ranged weapons and are really good at using them. And as we said at the start of the game, I'm not putting points into dodge. But he's stuck for 2 rounds. This is the tough one though. He will bleed a bit now. Be poisoned a bit rather. Let's see. 85%! What? Oh god! Oh my! Well, I'd rather keep you at distance than him. Reducing my dodge does nothing, friend. Good. Shit. Wounded, wounded. They will take down by 5 every turn. I can try to move back, but it won't give me much. What about pushing you? 52, 60. If I push you, I can move 1, strike, move back. If I fail to push you, I am in deep shit. As long as he is not the one who gets the attack opportunity, it's fine. He is the one. Well, fuck my life. Legs. I think I'll do the old at this. The swordsman attacking me is fine. The axeman attacking me is not. Good. Twice? Okay. When push comes to shove, you die. Fucking 84% again. Okay, shit. Can I risk it, or do I have to go for power attack and bank it? I do. He will attack me again, but he will die next turn. Push him back. 58% gaming. Good. Twice. 3 times. Is it? No, it's 63. I'll push you back, sir. So if I move towards him, I actually cannot do anything anymore. We can do one thing. Wait, what? No, I was supposed to equip it. Why did it not equip itself? Peculiar. Alright, I can do a power strike, and against shielded guys, it is the way to go. He should be dead next turn. All of his stuff is worthless, I think. Lockpick these, open the chest, there is iron and there's steel and a whetstone inside, nice. Steel. My armor is undamaged. I can use the whetstone on my weapon again. Now here is a fight we can take, but there is really no point in doing so. And it's ridiculously tough. So much for the finest armor at great prices. You look at the dead bodies and the blood slowly spreading on the floor. Well, you don't look too happy with the outcome either. Then again, life is full of disappointments. Is it done? The door opens, letting Miltiades in. He looks at the dead man on the floor and swallows. Swallow? Come. Ah, Miltiades, my good man, I can't believe you missed all the excitement. Don't kill him, it's not worth it. I didn't what? Didn't know that your friends will end up dead. Well, it's life, especially in Terron. One moment you are plotting to murder someone, the next you are lying in a pool of your blood, holding your guts. Please don't kill me, please. I have a family. I had to do it. I didn't know they would try to kill you. You have to believe me. I thought they just take your money and let you go. Honest mistake, I swear. Look, let me make it up to you. I've been working some really fat turkey for weeks. He's good for at least 1,000, maybe more. I'll take 250. The rest is yours. See, I told you I'll take care of you. Deal? What are you mumbling about? I'll bring you a mark. Eager to buy non-existent goods for 1,000 imperials. How you get the money is your business. I take 250. You take the rest. Deal? Deal. You won't regret it, I swear. Wait here. I'll be back in no time. Your patience is almost out when in comes a tall, richly dressed man accompanied by 2 bodyguards. I trust all is well, inquires the man. I trust you have the money. Money? I already paid your master. My master? Are you slow, girl? Yes, your master, Miltiades. I paid them in full for the gems and he told me to come here and get them from you. I understand that he isn't allowed to sell his merchandise directly until his dispute is settled. Now give me my gems and I'll be on my way. I don't have any gems and Miltiades is my master. He lied to the both of us. Did he now? Then what are you doing here, pray tell? I'll tell you what I think. I think that both you and your master tried to make a fool out of me, which I don't appreciate in the least. I think that a lesson is in order. He gestures and his men step forward, drawing their weapons. The problem with this fight is, one, I get nothing from it. I get 200 gold pieces at most, and 1 skill point. 2. The fight starts in extremely close quarters, and there is a bug that prevents you from attacking the fucking merchant on turn 1. He has to step in before his fucking model is loaded. This is the main problem with the fight. Because if you could strike him in the head on turn 1, switch to a grenade and knock them all down, the fight is doable with this build. It's not, however, because I have to be put away from the guards, and then since on the first turn the fucking merchant is invulnerable in any fucking way, he starts his turn after mine, pulls out the crossbow and shoots me twice. And with this 0 dodge build, I have to take out crossbowmen instantly or I'm just dead. So due to a bug, I cannot do this fight. However, we have thousands of people killed. Miltiades may have made a fool out of you, but I'll make a fucking corpse out of you unless you put a leash on your apes and get the fuck out of here. Have you heard of her? Her name is Almalexia. She does have a certain reputation when it comes to killing. Does she? Well, then I'm quite certain that she isn't a crook and thus can't be an associate of Miltiades. Furthermore, you don't have to kill them, because unlike running from the merchandise, or not coming in the first place, not fighting this one is still fine. And Miltiades can be found over here. Almalexia! I was looking for you everywhere. You son of a bitch. Tell me why I shouldn't kill you on this spot. Oh, do you think I knew that he'd show up with his men? What was I supposed to do? Tell him no? They couldn't have killed me. Yes, I know. Let's not get sidetracked by hypothetical situations, okay? Let's focus on what's important here. You made a pile of money in what, 10 minutes? Here, 472 Imperials. Feel better now? What happened to the rest of the money? I made a bad bet. Could happen to anyone, right? Right, so why should I kill you again? Why should you? I just gave you all my money. Listen, let bygones be bygones. Just because things didn't go smoothly at first doesn't mean that we can't work together. I know now what rubs you the wrong way. You taking all the fucking money and leaving me to deal with the customers rubs me the wrong way. Duly noted. Look me up in Mardoran, partner. Trust me, it's gonna be big. You'll thank me for looking after you one day. I'm a sucker for these things. I really am. It also gives you skill points and money, so you kind of want to do it. It's very beneficial in every aspect to entrust your life to Miltiades and be fucked by him. Strange and silly, aye, yay, etc. Anyhow, one tough fight to go. Investigating the outpost, which is linked to the outpost supplies. Raskos is supplying the outpost. Raskos can be found in Shetty Town. Should I put any points into anything? 1 point in critical strike, perhaps? Or would I rather keep points for spare? I think critical strike point is good. Then I'll be back next time, viewers. Thank you for watching.